You know what makes it harder when the Leafs almost win? When they actually lose. Oh yeah? Let's go! It starts with an A and ends with anxiety. Off the charts levels of passion! That's just a nightmare! With you wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Leafs lose! Do something to do something to the Washington Capitals. Oh, I got all excited for this video. I thought the Leafs were gonna win. I gelled my mustache and everything. So that means this video is brought to you by my Movember page. Me, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake, the SDPN team, we're trying to beat Michael Pezzetta for raising more money for Movember, which helps out men's mental and physical health. Michael Pezzetta is currently beating us, and I won't have it! All the money goes to the same place. It's going to a great cause. Michael Pezzetta came on the show. He was lovely, but I want to beat him! So donate to our Movember page, link in the description down below. Now, I know a bunch of the sickos watching this thing. By the way, if you only show up for losses, I hope you feel guilty and you donate. This isn't just the tier harvest for you. I want you to do something! And speaking of do something, oof Marone, I can't do this anymore. Here's the thing. Even if the Leafs had held on to that 2-1 lead that they didn't really deserve, I would have felt the same way about how bad they are. And I still would have wanted them to make some changes. I still would have wanted them to make some trades. And I still would have wanted them to do something! Brad! Listen, the Leafs, maybe lied to us again for who was available in this game. Yesterday, William Nylander missed a skate. Craig Berube said to the media into a microphone, "Don't worry, he's playing on Friday." 2 hours before puck drop, they announced he's not playing, he's got an illness. Now, illnesses do just pop up from time to time. You can't control that. Let's take them at their word. Except the Leafs haven't said an honest word to us about the injury status of their players all season long. Chris Tanev could be back tomorrow for all I know. He could be done for the season. I have no idea. They don't put a timeline on anyone. They just disappear and show up. But even with William Nylander out of the lineup, Max Domi's a healthy scratch. I thought he had a pretty decent game the last time, up on Matthews' wing, but also, you're up on Matthews' wing, and you were sort of responsible for the 1 goal against, and the coach tends to look down on that. So Matthias Michelli comes back into the lineup to proceed to do cardio and nothing else, contributing the kind of icing call that just screams, I hate playing in the NHL. I want my coach to send me to space. And Dakota Joshua is coming off of a healthy scratch, so when William Nylander is back, which could be tomorrow or 6 months from now, the Leafs are still gonna have probably 2 multi-million-dollar players in the press box. The GM needs to do something. The coach hates this team, and the players, they tried their bag off tonight. You could see it. The effort was there, and they still got caved. Do something. Do something. Brad! Do something! You know what? Don't ever say I don't put work into these things. Leafs Nation is not just Toronto, it's not just Ontario, it's not just Canada, it is the entire world. Leafs Nation is worldwide, and all of Leafs Nation is screaming, do something! So let me speak for as many members of Leafs Nation as I possibly can. Do something! Faire quelque chose! Hacer algo! Teda yotain! Yora nogat! Yakaribekon! Jomoshe! Roboitishchos! Gumawa isang bagay! Mongalu halai! Naniko saru! It was tune! Kanikati! And fare qualcosa! Do something! Do something! Do something! Do something! Here's the thing. It used to make sense to break down the minutia of the game in these videos, because when the Leafs were really bad, like back in the day, really, really bad, you're just looking for the good moments. You knew the team was horrible. You accepted the team was horrible. You even embraced the team was horrible because they were rebuilding. And you went into the games looking for, okay, well, here's where they excelled, right? Here's where they did well. Here's a guy who I hope they don't trade, and they keep going forward. Stuff like that. Then when they dominate teams, it's just fun. You just have fun with it. You have a great time. But it's difficult to dominate teams. Very few teams really dominate teams all the time. You get a few nights. Everyone has their nights. But very few teams dominate everyone all the time. The NHL has a lot of parity, and it's really close. It has never been closer than it is this season, which is part of the reason I want them to do something. But you're playing within the margins, right? Even last year when the Leafs won their division, they won 52 games. Every win, you're like, here are the little moments, and that's how they won. And when they lost, you're like, here are the little moments, and that's how they lost. The difference between winning and losing could be placed on the tip of your finger. And in this one, you even got breaks, and you still lost. The Washington Capitals run the Leafs through the boards in the opening 20 seconds and score. The ref waves it off because the ref can't call it a goal, even though they made a mistake. They shot the puck, it beats Woll, it lays there on the goal line, but they blew the play dead. Even after they review it and the puck is shoved in the net, it wasn't a continuation, so it's no goal. The ref's hands are tied. They were so wrong on the call, in fact, that a hot mic caught Trevor Van Riemsdyk saying to Kelly Sutherland, who is one of the most experienced refs in the entire NHL, "You stole an assist from me," and Kelly said, "I know, I'll get you back." I'm paraphrasing, but that is essentially what was said. Now, a lot of people I saw online are comparing this to what Tim Peel did, and while I understand, I wouldn't. Here's the difference. I think Kelly Sutherland was kidding, even if there was an element of truth to it. He was probably kidding. Well, it doesn't help Kelly Sutherland that the first penalty of the game went against the Leafs, and it went against Morgan Rielly, who scored the first goal for the Leafs, and the penalty was bullcrap, and that Washington got 3 power plays and the Leafs got none! But after all of that, I am still willing to believe he was kidding. And again, paraphrasing, but Tim Peel, in a way that did not seem to suggest that he was kidding, said, "Yeah, I gave a penalty to you, so I was looking to give a penalty to them." But even after the Capitals were completely jobbed, even after the Leafs actually do some good work and they put together a good back half of the first period and they bang and they crash in front of the net and they do all the right things and Nick Robertson is in there like poop on Velcro and Morgan Rielly fires it past Logan Thompson, who probably should have had it but didn't. Even after that, even after Austin Matthews pulls a move so nasty that it gets Alex Ovechkin to not just miss a body check, but face plant into the boards like a Bugs Bunny cartoon, sets up Matthew Nyes, and the Leafs are now up 2-0. Which, by the way, "it was tun" is apparently how you say do something in German, more like "it was 2-0. Despite the fact that you're up 2-0, and there were legitimately pockets of this game where I watched the Leafs and didn't hate them with every molecule down to the bone marrow. They were stomachable, they were watchable, they were not the better team, but it felt like they had a chance. As this game wore on, into the third period especially, oh brother. Joseph Woll was the best goalie on the ice. He was probably the second and third best goalie on the ice, and Logan Thompson made the saves when he had to. You might look at that robbery that he had on Matthew Nyes towards the end and go, yeah, well, the Leafs didn't deserve to win that one anyway. They're allowed to win the games they don't deserve to win! But Connor McMichael, who was a freight train all night, helps the Capitals bulldoze one into the net. Former Ajax Pickering Raider, BT Dubs. Assists from Alexi Protas and Tom Wilson. Oh my goodness, imagine the Leafs having one of the players on that line. Under 7 minutes to go, Alex Ovechkin, he plays the role of playmaker, getting it across to Anthony Beauvillier, who has the easiest time in the world scoring, because even though Morgan Rielly got a goal earlier this game, oh my goodness, Mo! No! 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 Let me look. 896 games in the show, Mo! Plus another 70 in the playoffs. Between regular season and playoffs, you were going to hit 1,000 games this season, Mo. Is that even true? I didn't do the math. It is? Yeah, that's true! Mo! The Leafs need to move guys. They don't move guys. Jacob Chikrin blasts in his 10th goal of the friggin' what? That dude's a defenseman! Because it wasn't good enough for the Leafs to cough up 1 point, they cough up Two goals, less than 3 minutes apart, to not only choke the lead away, but choke the game away. And as if the hockey gods decided to make the Washington Capitals whole to make up for the blown call in the first 20 seconds of the game, they gave them an empty netter to Tom Wilson, because of course Tom Wilson, with 2 seconds remaining. And honestly, what's to like? I know Matthews is getting a lot of flack, but this is a game where I look at the guys around him and I'm like, the captain pulled his weight tonight. Where were you? Shots were 34-22. Oh, I said the power plays were 3-0 for Washington. It was actually 2-0. Still, listen, I'm dumb. I am dumb. If you think I'm freaking out because I hate this team or something, here's how dumb I am. I want them to do something, because I genuinely believe they can get this back on track. I do. I know, right? Poor me. You know how much easier it would be? You know how much easier it would be to just accept that they're bad? I cannot. Despite the fact that, like Jesse Blake just tweeted right here, the Leafs have no regulation wins in their last 10 games! They got everyone back from injury up front. They lost Nylander for 1 game. Lots of teams are missing guys. And things have barely improved, if at all. And you are wasting all-world performances from Joseph Woll. Like, holy cow. We're talking Woll from the 2024 Boston series levels of life-saving. Keeping them in games they have no business being in. Every game since he's come back, with the exception of the Montreal Canadiens game, which no goalie was going to win, he's given the Leafs a chance to win. 22 shots? 22 shots?! They win last game, and it's overtime. They win in an overtime. Everyone loves an OT winner. And I'm grading these guys on a curve. I am doing my best to be like, hey, vibes are good. Dub's a dub, 2 points is 2 points. And I was willing to do that again tonight if they somehow pulled this off. But they couldn't even do that, so what are you left with? Another loss for a team that cannot continue in its current form. Do something. Do something! Do something. I'm at the point where, like, I don't even care if you get help back immediately. You got to get some of that money off the books. Maybe you could turn guys into picks, even if it's a pittance, it's something, and then maybe you can parlay those picks into something else. Maybe you trade mystery guy for mystery guy, because at this point, you should be trying anything. Joshua seems like one of the most redeemable, but I had someone who used to work for an NHL team reach out to me today and say he looked irrelevant. Max Domi, I'm willing to give another shot on the wing, but like, I don't know. I think putting Matias Maccelli in the lineup genuinely hurts Craig Berube's feelings. Even Bobby McMahon, who like hustles and works hard every game, he doesn't have a point in 6 straight. Calle Jarnkrok had 3 goals in his first 3 games. He has 1 goal for 1 point in his last 15! Everything seems to come back to Marner, and sure, let's do that. Here's how it all falls apart. The idea was you try to replace him in the aggregate. I know, Moneyball style, blah, blah, blah. But you become a deeper team. You have less high-end talent, but you become deeper. That only works if the guys in your depth are any good. Any good at all. And they don't all gotta be good on the same night, but it sure helps. Maccelli had a big night against his former team and punched out. I remember watching Dakota Joshua in the playoffs with the Canucks, and I wonder if we'll ever see that guy. Max Domi is over 750 games into his NHL career. I don't think you're teaching him anything new at this point. Maybe Bobby McMahon is just a guy, and whatever, at least he tries, and he makes guy money, I guess. Calle Jarnkrok makes over $2 million to never score, kill penalties, and hold his stick like a goalie more often than he does a forward. And Mo, we need you at both ends, Mo. It's bad, it's awful, it's horror awful. I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't think anyone wants to watch it anymore. You can lose. Teams lose all the time. This is pathetic. Do something. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. The worst thing I can say about that game is that we're going to have the misfortune of watching them again tomorrow. Do something! Do something.